Now we get to our woman crush, and I'm so looking forward to this interview. Like I was telling you this entire time that we started, she is a photographer. She's a filmmaker. She's a writer. She's a multidisciplinary artist. And just like an all-round artistic maverick. I'm talking about Namafu Amutse. Namafu, how are you doing?
I'm great, Siva. How are you?
I'm so awesome. I'm so awesome, and I'm really happy to have you here. I'm one of those people that have been stalking you for like a minute.
I'm so good.
On social media, this is me. Oh, look at what she did now. Oh, look at scrolling on my little phone. Oh,
and I feel like some old posts from 2000 and God knows what.
And listen here, like young lady, you need to up your stories. Because they come every other time. And this is, you know I'm being for real right now. This is me. She hasn't put any stories. Although you know that little circle. Anyway, I'm fanning out. But for those that don't know you, who is Namafu to Namafu?
Well, I mean, for those who don't know me, basically, I'm known as your multidisciplinary artist.
Yeah.
I'm a photographer, filmmaker, director, writer. To myself, I like to say I feel as though like I am a product of my ancestors' wildest dreams.
Yeah.
I feel like, little speculation. Like just right before I was born, I feel like my ancestors just gathered around my mother's womb and were like, here, take everything that they drained out of us or tried to drain out of us and like go pour it back into the world. I guess that's what I feel like I'm doing.
And I love how you put that multidisciplinary artist, because for those that are just not familiar with the term, how would you best describe it? Because it's so packed.
Yeah. Okay, so the best way I can describe it is that a multidisciplinary artist is basically someone or an artist who combines different art forms, right? Usually like in new and unusual ways. In my case, I do that by, for example, if I have a photo series, it could be that it'll most probably come with a short film that revolves around that photo series, and then to even top it up, it can include writing as well. So that's like, it can be used as like the sound in the video, for example. So just sort of bending it like all forms of art or different forms of art together.
Oh, no, you were not kidding. They did. They were on some Margaret.
No, really.
Oh no, all right. Also, you and your talent. Let's just congregate. So putting it in.
Yeah.
But your love of artistry, when did you first realize it?
Honestly, I'm really not sure. I think I've always loved it. I guess I can go way back to when I was younger and I'd go visit my dad like for the weekend. And the first thing we'd do is we'd always go to Mr. Video.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
wow.
Mr. Video. And like you're lucky if we get one film, you're lucky if you get 2 or 3, like and then you rewatch it the whole weekend and you're just like sitting there laughing. I guess I didn't know it then, but then as I grew older I realized, wow, like when I first stepped into a cinema for the first time, and I walked out, I was like, I want to do that. I want to make people feel like that.
Yeah. That's so beautiful. Really. So with that comes different factions. Like it's film, like you've touched on film, you've touched on your writing, and now photography. How do you decide, okay, I'm going to venture more into film, I'm going to venture more into photography, I'm going to venture more into, like, how does that come about?
Okay, so for me, it's like, so my first love is film.
Okay.
That's my first love. That's my baby right there. And but the thing is with film, things take longer. The writing process is long. You're lucky if you get to shoot the film, honestly. It's a whole process. So I'd be like dreaming the whole time. So like for now, like with my film, it's slower. I write. I'm continuously writing, and just waiting for the opportunity to be able to make the things become the things. But like before that, I was like, okay, now with film, with motion, it's like you get to tell the story through sound and like movement and expression. But like I wanted to challenge myself in the sense that I wanted to see what would I be able to, can I tell a story through a still image?
True.
Or what can I say through a still image? So that's how I decided, let's go with photography. Also because it's much quicker than film also.
Pose. And then you editing color grade. It's out. It's done. How is art then an extension of yourself? How do you pour yourself into your art?
I want to say it's an extension of myself, in the sense that it's an extension of my experiences as a black woman.
Yeah.
it's an extension of the people around me. It's an extension of my thoughts, my imagination. Yeah, like just me basically picking in my brain. I think that's really like, and then it just comes through.
It pours out.
Yeah, it pours out.
So the inspiration then comes from?
I'm inspired by many things. I'm inspired by black people in particular.
Melanin.
Honestly, no one does it better.
Come on now.
Period.
Yeah.
I'm inspired by black people. I'm inspired by locations. I'm inspired by things like material, jewelry, hair. A lot of like the simplest thing can inspire me, and like it's like I just pick different little things, and then it ends up becoming, it comes together somehow.
I didn't hear love. I didn't hear love in that equation.
I'm so.
Where's the love? Huh?
I think love is within it already. Because actually, it's like, why is love not in there? Like, did love not inspire you to do things?
Like, who hurt you? This question is going to, who hurt you, girl? Who? Tell me, girl.
No, honestly, no one hurt me now, but like, no, I feel like it's something that I try to share through my art already, so I think it automatically already comes through. She's like, you out here pulling words from nowhere.
Because here's the thing about artists, right? Our art forms is very much cathartic, And I'm looking at Bobo, Adele on some, the heartbreak. The Sam Smith is also, it's when you get dumped on the gap where things happen. So I'm just trying to get a juicy love heartbreak.
No,
that makes you go,
I can't wait to see it, but there's no juicy heartbreak, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, non-existent.
Well, it's only covert. It's only covert that's breaking your heart.
Someone is the only one here that's breaking your heart, honestly.
Oh, girl, I'm loving you right now. You have this amazing exhibition that's out right now.
Yeah.
Bright Eyes into Afro Futurism. I mean, how? Hey, when nah. Let's just start with the title.
Yeah.
Sure. Tell us about the title.
Girl. Yeah, so Bright Eyes into Afrofuturism is basically it's basically an invite into. So I started doing photography like last year, about around October, and ever since then it's sort of been a series of images that relate to Afrofuturism. My curiosity with it.
Yeah.
So this exhibition is basically me sharing these images and these concepts, like, inviting you into seeing what it is I did with my curiosity. Yeah.
But what is Afrofuturism to you?
To me, Afrofuturism is an opportunity to basically be able to imagine spaces, imagine where we could be, where we choose to be, or how we choose to feel, how we choose to see ourselves and one another. Yeah, so because everything that happens in the mind, I think, becomes reality. So my only hope is that, like, as I create this, I can create that reality for myself, and everyone else can be able to create that reality for themselves as well.
Girl, let me tell you right now, I am volunteering myself to be your muse.
Okay.
You didn't ask. Those things. You must ask. No one asked there. But also they say you must knock and doors must open.
Yes.
So we are volunteering myself, huh?
All right.
To be your heartache. To be your Adele. To be your Adele story. Namafu, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
This is home, so whenever you do whatever, I want to hear about it first.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Because clearly you have a lot going on, Moswe, now with your talents.
Yes.
Everybody sings and things. But what are you currently, I know, artists always say, just watch the space. I don't want those watch the space answers. What are you currently working on right now before I let you go? I can look forward to.
There's some more work. I'm definitely photography. I'm always working on photography.
Okay.
Some work that's just not out yet.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm always writing. Watch the space.
No, I'm cutting your mic. I'm cutting your mic. Please, guys, follow her on Instagram. That's where I stalk her. I don't know, Insta.
No, I only have Instagram at Namafu. Yeah.
So follow her. See the many more things that she's going to be up to. Thank you so much, my love, for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
Such a pleasure. So Bright Eyes into Afrofuturism runs until the 30th of November. It is at Cafe Prestige. You know, most Freedom Plaza, most there by the upstairs. Also, you can arrive most and buy a drink and then buy a few things. It's not expensive. This COVID is us. We have money. Us. Oh, we have money. So yes, Cafe Prestige, Freedom Plaza. That was the amazing Namafu.